Welcome back, Middle Age Grind. And today I want to share this article I found written by Angel Chernoff, 11 Old-Fashioned Habits We Should Bring Back Today. The first one, spend quality time together with no major agenda or technology. Wow, and as I'm making this video on my Android phone, one of the things we all do too much of is spend time on the phone. And something we try to do as a family is now, we only eat out maybe once a week. And when we do, one of the things we try to do is put the phones down, just talk. If we can all sit together at the same dinner table, let's do that. Let's bring that back. And you really learn about a lot of people when you put the doggone phones down sometimes. 2, be fully present when you're in the presence of others. I think this is just a common courtesy thing when someone's talking to you, not being distracted, not looking at the phone and not looking over here, looking over there, but really being engaged with someone and making eye contact and listening more than you're talking. And when you do talk, asking poignant questions sometimes makes people feel pretty good and you're actually listening. The third thing, express your sincere appreciation for loved ones every chance you get. Not everybody has their dads and their moms and kids and that kind of thing. And just letting them know how much you appreciate them sometimes. Doing a small handwritten note to them, your spouse, your loved ones, it goes a long way and it means a lot. Number 4, work together and help each other grow. And I think that's really couples, as we get older and we age gracefully, hopefully. What can you do together, to make sure that you're doing that, you're growing, as a couple. Number 5, focus on inner beauty, and I think it just goes with aging. We all want to try to stay in shape and look as good as we can, but just know that just because you're not 25 anymore doesn't mean you have to, try to look at that or whatever. Just trying to be comfortable in your own skin. Number 6, tell the truth. That goes without saying, but sometimes I think little white lies, trying to make people feel better or avoiding things, it's kind of like the cover-up's worse than the crime a lot of times. Just be out in the open with things and get things out there. 7, apologize when you know you should. That's hard for some people to do. Some people just can't say, I'm sorry, I apologize. I've always tried to do that when I think I've done wrong. And it just goes a long way. And sometimes, I've heard this before too, sometimes when you apologize, asking that person for a favor, it kind of cements that you really know you're sorry and you really would like their help and like their forgiveness. Number 8, be a force of positivity and encouragement. I think there's sometimes, there's so much negativity out there in the world. Just being kind and telling people, man, you did a great job. Thank you so much. It's just being a kind human being goes a long way. Number 9, don't let outsiders ruin your relationships. You got to be comfortable in your own skin. Not only that, you have to not worry what other people think. Just be who you are. Do you, Number 10, over-deliver on your promises. This is some of the things that I try to do. When you're doing a job for somebody, just going that little bit extra step. Napoleon Hill's thing, doing more than what you're paid for. If you're going to weed someone's flower bed and remulch it, make sure you take time and trimming all the bushes really good. Just doing something a little bit more than you're paid to do. Number 11, be loyal. And I've always felt I've been a loyal person. And when people are at the darkest times in life, they need that loyal friend to be there for them. And that goes a long way. And with that said, I want to just wrap up with something that Buzz talked about. When did you become a grown-up? And it's kind of funny, and he had a good story when he was a child, and you get a wristwatch and kind of thing. He told a story when he fell asleep in the woods, just being part of nature. And I have a kind of thing when I kind of grew up. It was actually 30 years ago today. Today's my 42nd birthday. And when I was 12 years old, on my 12th birthday, got home from school, was playing, I remember the guy's name, his name was Brandon Smalls. We were going to baseball practice, and I had a baseball pants on, and my dad was going to bring us. Ball went in the woods. We were playing in an empty lot. We live in a suburban neighborhood. We had a lot, right? I went to get the ball in the woods. Kind of had to jump over. It was kind of like a little ditch, and I hit my left leg on a fence post. And I had like a baseball pants that kind of went down to here, baseball pants. And I noticed a little bit of blood and, whatever. Kind of do that now. Then notice more. And then it was bleeding a lot. And I ran home and he helped me. I lived about a block away. I'm like, Dad, look, it's bleeding. And as we pull up the pants, I had a gash in my leg. You could see my tendons. And I freaked out. And got 12 stitches on my 12th birthday, 30 years ago today. And I remember my dad telling the story. He was 33 at the time, I guess. And I was, 12, big kid, and he carried me in the hospital. And I had a little sister who was probably, I don't know, at the time, maybe 4. And he says, it felt like I was carrying your sister because I was so full of adrenaline. And my mom told me that was one of the only times she ever seen him cry. And he was a strong man. And because I remember I asked her, Dad, I'm going to die. You see your leg busted open like that and your tendons and stuff. And it turned out okay, obviously. But kind of grew up a lot right there that day, just being scared. And that night, I never forget, I had a sleepover. We were going to play basketball in my backyard all night. Well, we didn't do that, but my buddies came over. We got pizza. We stayed up late and, probably watched TV, that kind of thing. And 30 years ago today, I grew up. I don't know if I became a man, but it was just a life lesson. I thought about that. That's 30 years ago. Wow. So, with that said, we'll be giving an update on the food budget. I made a video earlier, a couple weeks ago. That is going pretty good. Looks like we're going to be saving a lot of money, but making a few tweaks, and I'm going to share that up at the end of the month. And that's going to be big news, and hopefully that can help some of you out there. With that said, y'all have a great week, and see you next time on the Middle Age Grind.